So this passage from Hosea is a beautiful example of the theme that is articulated not only in the Old Testament, but continued through the New Testament, which is that whenever we, in a sense, come to our senses, whenever we repent, whenever we say, okay, I've had enough of trying to do life on my own, I've had enough of walking away from God, I want to turn towards God. God is always there to welcome. He's always yearning to bring us back under his shadow, as the scriptures here. And you have to understand, you have to think about a people who live in a hot, dry place, what kind of being able to be in the shade of a big tree would mean. It was a place of, a place of comfort, a place of rest. And God says, come back under my shadow. I am a mighty tree, bigger than the cedars of Lebanon, those famous trees, but which also symbolize the wealth and the power of pagan nations. He said, I'm greater than the cedars of Lebanon. Come under my shade, flourish as a garden. They shall blossom like a vine. Their fragrance will be like the wine of Lebanon. That God seeks to turn our lives into lives of beauty and joy, right? Blossoming like a garden, flowering and producing the wine of joy. So whenever we are willing to say at the beginning of the passage, it says, Israel says, we, take away all our guilt, accept that which is good. Like if there's anything good in us, please accept it, God. We will offer the fruit of our lips. Assyria will not save us. Basically, they turn away from their alliances with pagan nations, and which those alliances would basically involve worshiping those foreign gods. We will not ride upon horses. What that's about is we're not going to play the military power games, the economic power games of the peoples around us. Instead, we're going to rely on God to give us prosperity. We will say no more, our God, to the works of our hands, that is the things, idols, the things we make, our own achievements, our own manufacture. That's not our God. Our God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Father of Jesus Christ. In you, the orphan finds mercy, Israel says. And so whenever we experience ourselves as an orphan, whenever we experience ourselves as alone, with no one left to care for us because of the ways in which we've abandoned the family we have in God, the identity we have in God, God is always ready to bring us back and make us flower and make us joyful again. So that's a theme that runs through the prophets and into the gospel of Jesus. So it's something that is a continuous witness of the scriptures to our God's desire to bring us back from despair into joy and from death into life. A reading from the prophet Hosea. Return, O Israel, to the Lord your God, for you have stumbled because of your iniquity. Take words with you and return to the Lord. Say to him, take away all guilt, accept that which is good, and we will offer the fruit of our lips. Assyria shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses. We will say no more, our God, to the work of our hands. In you the orphan finds mercy. I will heal their disloyalty. I will love them freely, for my anger has turned from them. I will be like the dew to Israel. He shall blossom like the lily. He shall strike root like the forests of Lebanon. His shoots shall spread out. His beauty shall be like the olive tree, and his fragrance like that of Lebanon. They shall again live beneath my shadow. They shall flourish as a garden. They shall blossom like a vine. Their fragrance shall be like the wine of Lebanon. O Ephraim, what have I to do with idols? It is I who answer and look after you. I am like an evergreen cypress. Your faithfulness comes from me. Those who are wise and understand these things, those who are discerning know them. For the ways of the Lord are right, and the upright walk in them, but transgressors stumble in them. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.